You're now listening to the Basic and Boujie podcast.
Oh man, I used to have a job where I would smoke weed on my lunch hour.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I used to work for the Sporting Club of Philadelphia. Fuck you, Amy Stratton.
Oh yeah, she want all the smoke. She want
Fuck
all
Amy Stratton. She was my supervisor.
Just in case.
She was a bitch.
Just in case
she was
she's
actually a
fan.
nice person. I was just, again, during very, very early stages of the tail end of my whole days. And I was stealing money out the petty cash box.
Oh,
so that was her fault?
Her name out.
We will bleep whatever her name is out.
And the company.
And the company.
I think she still works there. I looked her up the other day. She still works there. I was like, you fucking loser.
Has she been promoted? Has her title changed?
I doubted it. There was no working your way up in at that place. There was no working your way up there.
Maybe I'll send her an anonymous, just that part where you said fuck you with her name. Just send that to her. And then bleep her off the podcast.
So tell us why.
The funny thing is I should have been fired at least a year or so prior to that because of I forget what it was that I was doing. I think I was putting in that I was doing extra overtime when I really wasn't. So yeah, I was still in time and I was getting paid overtime for it, whatever. But they were in a crunch because they didn't have a replacement and they were looking for a second person to work there. And a lot of the people that worked there, specifically the cleaning crew, did not speak English. And I was the only Spanish-speaking person at the place. So I had to...
You gotta keep me.
Yeah. So they didn't have a choice. So they tried to get me on some bullshit. Their reason for firing me was because I had personal stuff on my computer.
Oh, I remember that. Y'all didn't fire me for stealing time or cash.
Right. Because there was no way to prove that I was taking the cash. So she started locking the door behind her when she used to leave the office.
So she caught on.
She figured it out. But there was no cameras or anything in there. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
and then they ended up hiring.
Cleaning crew.
Right. They ended up hiring an assistant of hers who was from a previous shop that they used to work together at, and she was black.
Okay.
So, so it was because they claimed that I was out the day before. So when I came in the following day, they said that one of the IT people came and went on my computer and there was personal stuff on my computer.
Why is the IT person on my computer without my permission?
Right, and then she caught an attitude. She was like, "This computer belongs to the sporting club," and I was like, "Okay, whatever." But she had a picture of her dog as her screensaver. You can't put a picture unless you save it on the computer, and that's what I told her. I was like, "It's a nice try. I understand what you're doing, but I was getting ready to quit anyway, so it's fine." And I was gonna go and go through the whole thing of unemployment and all that stuff. No, I ended up getting a job a month later at another place, stayed there a month, and then ended up getting hired at Comcast and stayed there for 7 years. So whatever. But it was just real corny the way they went about it. I was like, y'all could have hired me.
Name again?
Y'all could have fired me for so many other reasons. But
is that the company dog? No.
Right.
On the company computer.
Right. Yeah, and she was trying to hold it together because I think she never fired anybody before, but she was
like super uncomfortable.
Her voice was cracking, and I could tell that she was about to start crying.
Oh God.
Oh.
So I was like, you look, because I know she was scared of me.
You nervous?
I know she was scared of me.
You know what I mean? You nervous or something?
Yeah. And then like she couldn't even do it by herself. The general manager was in there with her. I was like, sweetheart, like, where's HR at? Like,
right.
Why is he in here?
Who should be there is HR.
I was like, y'all so slimy in here. Like, I know the president, Francis, whatever the hell his name was.
Leave that out.
Fuck Francis and his family. They're a bunch of assholes.
And the whole family.
His daughter was working there for a little while. That whole nepotism thing.
Oh, that shit is real.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah. And he was somebody with money. Like, Francis had several companies throughout Pennsylvania. So, the sporting club, that was like...
Whatever.
We can't
production, you have a lot of work.
My bad. The gym on Broad Street. The gym on South Broad Street.
SC
we
Gym.
Keep that. The gym on Broad Street.
You know, but there was so many shady things that used to go on there.
I remember you used
so
to
many
have
shady
a lot of
things.
stories.
Yeah.
Yo, let's talk about shady previous employers. There's a fitness and therapy center, wellness center.
Oh, girl.
I know what you're talking about.
That shall go nameless.
Near mom's house.
Don't understand how the president of that company has not got a Me Too movement set on him. I'm just saying, as a young girl working there,
Really?
a lot of us have a lot of stories about some misconduct.
I have a young girl that
happened
works
there.
in my office that used to work there too, and
Oh,
said
really?
the same exact thing.
Oh, we should talk
Wow.
about the
Yep.
president.
Yep.
But the president, the assistants, the like everything. It's the creepiest. Like looking back, I'm like, why didn't I sue this place? Like
She
this
said
place
she
is
felt
supposed to-
naked and dirty
dirty
after every shift.
interaction. Ugh. You gotta tell me her name.
I will.
Ugh.
But I saw it on
So
her
gross.
resume, and I was like, oh, I know somebody that used to work there. And we started talking, and that's how she got
The
she
worst
was-
place.
Yeah,
I joke all the time, like, oh, you ain't got no Me Too movement or
that was
happening
before
against you.
then. Like that was before the Me Too movement started.
It's like you just had to take it.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
just
like,
had to
it's
take
just,
like
just
the
be
comments.
grateful you have a job.
Yeah.
It was that kind of
Yeah.
culture. Like be
Right.
grateful you have
We'll
a job.
take care of you. We'll give you extra hours in your check, or we'll whatever
Right.
they tell you.
Right.
We'll give you a different title, and it's like, oh, but you can sexually harass me the entire time I'm here.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no,
You
I
don't
didn't
know
know it
any-
was going down like that
Oh,
over
it
there.
was the worst.
What?
It was the worst.
Because they're still standing. They're not at the same location though.
No.
They moved somewhere
they've
else.
Grown.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
gotten
they have.
way
Yeah.
bigger. I want to say they're on Huntington Avenue?
Very popular streets.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I drove by there the other day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot you used to work there.
Oh,
That's right.
shame.
so gross.
Remember when Veronica used to work out in full makeup with her earrings and her hands in her pockets?
Used to. Used to. That is not a previous
You used to
experience.
announce it over the loudspeaker. Veronica, please take your hands out your pockets.
I did.
I think you did that
Strolling
one
on the
time.
treadmill.
I could definitely see myself
Does she
doing
not sweat?
Veronica,
maybe
wasn't
not,
going
like,
over there to work out.
that.
She was
Working
trying to
out
be
hard
cute.
enough to do it.
Oh yeah, just.
I mean, there were some really cute personal trainers that worked
yeah,
there.
there were. Mm-hmm.
So
They had a lot of good eye candy there.
oh, very much, very much. And they were all cool, nice people. Like I still like follow some of them on Facebook and talk to them. But the owner,
Position of power.
so gross.
No, I think the job I'm at now is probably the best job I've ever had. Like, well, I can't say what I want to say because I'm not ready to make that announcement yet. But when I leave, because the one day I will be leaving at some point, it will like truly make me sad because it's like the greatest bunch of people I've worked with. The job itself is good. To this day, I've been there. Oh God, it's going on 6 years
I
now.
can't believe you've been there that long.
Yeah.
I remember you got that job.
Yeah, it's going on 6 years, and I still feel the same way I felt about the job when I first started the
That's
job.
good.
It's good and rare.
Very
Yeah.
rare, very rare. Like I've never said I hate this job. Like I never dreaded going to work. I dread the, getting up in the morning,
process,
The
yeah.
commutes, kind
right?
of
That
thing.
whole situation.
there,
But
it's
once
not
I'm
bad.
there, I'm good. Like great supervisors. I've gone through two supervisors. They're both great. And they were always pushing me to do more and giving me more assignments and things like that. But eventually I will be self-employed.
It's the goal.
Yeah. So I
Make
will
the
leave
side
there
hustle
eventually.
the hustle.
Yeah. But the job before that one, between the gym and this one, the big old juggernaut of the cable companies.
Unplug it and plug it back in to see if it works.
Right.
out.
Baby.
You've been on hold for 45 minutes and repair tells you, did you turn it off?
I
I'm going to
worked-
punch you through the phone.
Worked that with them for 7 years, and I had to beg, scrap, plead, do whatever I could just to get a damn promotion there. It was impossible to get out of the department that I was in.
That's a shame because
That's why they
everyone
make it like
wants
that.
to work there.
Yes.
right?
They
like
do.
try, just like
It's a
Septo.
good
Like
reputation.
they,
Yes.
like It's the coveted company.
You get good benefits, good pay.
Right, and it was good pay, it was good benefits, all of that stuff.
Free cable.
But the free cable, Ooh, Lord, for that alone.
No, this is why we're streaming now.
For that
It was
alone,
expensive.
it was worth staying there. But in the particular department that I was in, it was very difficult to move up or out into another department unless you knew somebody.
They like made it that way.
Yes. So we became very centralized. You know, everything flows through headquarters here in Pennsylvania. You know, all the bills that used to go to California, New York, wherever else in the Midwest started coming to us. The volume increased tremendously. The department went from like 12 people. It blew up to like 60, 70 people.
Yeah, they
like
weren't gonna let you go
yeah,
nowhere.
so I got lost in the shuffle. It was just like I was starting over again once we got centralized that way. And like that was it for me. And then I looked for a job for like 2 years. Hell, we went out to celebrate for happy hour when I got the word that I got the job that I have now.
I remember.
Cause
we got a lot of martinis that day.
Yeah, there was a lot of martinis that day. And I was so grateful to get out of there. So grateful. When I got the
I'm trying
call.
to think if I've ever been sad to leave a job.
Probably not.
No, I was sad when I left Frankfurt.
Okay.
Because I felt like I was sad that I left Frankfurt, but I was sad that I left the health system. I had been working there for like 9 or 10 years. I started when I was like 20. I feel like I grew up there. I feel like I grew up in that health system. And I remember that last day. And me and Liz, I love you. You're probably watching because she's always so supportive. We were clocking out. And I was like, this is the last time I'm clocking out. And we just looked at each other and both of our eyes were like, she's like, don't you fucking do it. I was like, don't you do it. And we just like ran away. But I'm like, I was sad there because I felt like I learned so much from, I was the young girl that had 40-year-old friends because everybody that I work with was older. And then like, no, you can't do stuff like that. You can't say that. You cannot fuck that. Come in with one eyeshadow because I was partying all night and at 6 a.m. shit. Oh my God, I was a hot mess. Hot mess. That was the only job that I was sad to leave.
I think the Boy Scouts was the only one I was sad to leave.
Yeah, you love that job.
I loved that job and loved those people.
Yeah,
But there came a time where like my really good bosses left, and then we got this like
management will change everything.
And that changed everything. Like I don't want to work for. I do not want to work immediately for him. The CEO that came in at the time, he was great. But like my direct supervisor, I was like, I can't work for him. I'm smarter than him. How I'm gonna work for him? Right. But like Chuck, Chuck, I love you, Chuck, and Mark, and Cindy and Toddy.
I remember Cindy.
Yes. And Sarah and Joey. Oh my God.
Cindy was like the most bubbly person in the world.
She still is.
And at the time, like I was super like in my bitter phase, like, why this bitch so fucking smiley?
When
like,
you're bitter,
Josh,
you're
why
like,
you bringing this bitch around us? Like, you know we don't fuck with people like this.
How they even friends? Like, I don't know.
I didn't get it. But no, Cindy's a sweetheart.
She's like a pure soul.
She's good people. Toddy, I threw her shade immediately, but she's
you
good
were my
people.
only Dominican friend.
I was the only Dominican friend. There can only be one.
You can't have two.
Johnny,
you were like,
you can only have one Dominican friend.
Yeah. I said, what? Who? Nah.
Like both her parents Dominican?
She gotta go. But no, Toddy's good people too. I like Toddy. But yeah, I definitely threw shade at Toddy at the beginning. Sorry.
You have to. It just comes to territory.
You gotta throw your weight around first.
That's it.
Yeah, like I was here first.
Let's
not play.
Oh, I love that job. I love the people. Same, like I felt like I grew up there because I was in my 20s, and we may or may not have drank a lot after like meetings and staff meetings and like,
oh my God, we had so much fun.
Other meetings. It was like a lot. And then our like annual retreats. There's one like big event that the Boy Scouts do. I don't know if they still do it, but it's called All Hands. I think I'm remembering that right. All Hands. And we went to Nashville one year.
Oh, I always hear that's such a fun place. And
I remember when you told me about that.
It was like going to Vegas. Like it was like going to Vegas. All the professionals from around the country were there. So before that, we had already met like other professionals from other departments or other states because you have to go like to training every year. So we were like able to meet up with people that we had met in like these trainings that we went away for 2 weeks to do a training to learn like all the ins and outs of like the professional part of it. So like reuniting with those people, and then it's just like you have meetings in the morning, and then as soon as those meetings are done, party. Like I don't know how we partied so hard.
Partied hard.
Work hard.
One of our parties was Jersey Shore themed.
Perfect. I love it.
Amazing.
I remember when you brought some of them to that bar we used to go to with Lewis.
It was a good time.
It was a good time.
The spot. You could get drinks for $2.50. Like, and you can't make a $2.50 drink at home.
No, you can't.
I forget who it was. It was a white boy that you brought with
Brad.
you. I was like, why did she bring this man to North Philly?
I'm like, I know y'all were in North Philly somewhere.
We were right under the L.
Under the L. You could literally hear the L going by.
Yes,
like,
perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but they fit right. They were cool. They were very comfortable being there.
They could drink us under the table like anytime. Yeah. That's why I learned to drink.
See? Yeah,
and now my
I definitely
tolerance
learned
is
to drink.
Bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But I definitely learned to drink with that crew of people that I worked with.
Yeah.
And like I wanted to travel nurse, and that's why I left. But what made my decision was like the shift in charge nurses, the shift in management. And I'm like, I love my coworkers, all the nurses, the doctor, everybody in between. But when they started switching out the management team, it was just...
And that'll do it.
Yeah, and then it was like they were promoting people that had been working there for 10, 15 years, that this one was the best friend and this one was in the wedding. And so if I know that I request a vacation when you request a vacation and you're the best friend, you're just going to get it because you're the best friend.
Right.
And that's what I couldn't do. Be professional. And that they just weren't.
Yeah.
It was a lot of favors, and I'm not
I'm not kissing your ass. The favoritism was real.
Yeah.
I can't do favoritism.
And it got around. It got around because I think they did like a survey at one point when I was working for the cable juggernaut. They did a.
They did a survey. Everybody knew this.
Yeah, and they all said the same thing. Like there's a lot of favoritism going on, and at the time, the person that was there, the director that was there, she was trying to defend herself. Like, no, I'm fair. I try to be fair. No, sweetheart, you don't. You think you do, but we see it very, very different.
There's favoritism when seniority isn't a thing.
Yeah, when seniority isn't even
I'm asking
a consideration.
for something and I put 7 years in and somebody else is asking for something and they've only been there for a year, why are they getting it over me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, because y'all are neighbors. Y'all went to the same Catholic school. Y'all did cheerleading together. Okay, it makes sense.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I was lucky enough to get into a group when they had restructured my department. I had a great supervisor. Her name was Shirley Bettis. I love you, adore you, Shirley. She was one of the best supervisors I ever had. I adore Shirley.
We can keep your name.
Yes.
So we're not gonna bleep that out.
Yeah, like to this day, I still send her, happy birthday messages on Facebook. No, she was not at my wedding. But she had made like macaroni salad for me one year for one of Layla's birthday parties or something like that one time.
So I feel like I've heard the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shirley was good people. She was good people.
She always had your back.
Yeah, she definitely did have her back with all the people in her department. But I was super sad to leave her because I was like, I'm never gonna have a supervisor like you. And you were saying like you almost grew up at the Boy Scouts or whatever. And I feel like that with the cable juggernaut because I think I got hired September of 2007 and ended up getting married November, so I actually had the nerve to ask for vacation time when I was still in my 90-day probationary period.
You're gonna hire me, but
yes.
But I got a little.
I told them during the interview process, I'm like, just so you know, I'm getting married and I'm going to be going on my honeymoon for a week. He was like, oh no, it's fine. And they still ended up hiring me.
They should be fine.
Yeah. While I was there, I got married. I got my new house. I had a baby. They saw me through my entire pregnancy. They saw the baby once it was born. I brought Layla to the office one time. Her second Halloween because she was born in August of 2011. So August of 2012.
Oh my gosh,
she came over. Yes, my daughter will be 10. My first child will be 10 years old. I can't believe it.
No, I can't believe it.
Yeah. But like the working there, like it definitely made me grow up and see a lot of different things. But at the job I'm at now is where I truly started to learn my trade. Like I'm an accountant by trade, And that's where I feel like I started to really get that accounting experience there, because the supervisor that I had at the time, Katie, who still works there, she really took me under her wing and was very supportive, and I looked at her more like a mentor. Like she really taught me like everything that I know now. And then when I heard like a year into me being there, we ended up having to hire a new person who was going to be taking over a lot of her responsibilities, including supervising me. Was not happy about that at all.
I remember.
At all. Like, I threw shade at him for about a good year. I was not feeling him at all. I didn't care.
A good sport, because you were a bitch.
I was a bitch.
You gonna come try to tell me how to do my job? You don't even know how to do my job.
Right. Because I had to basically train him to tell him what I do. Like, I could not come to him for help. So it took me a long time to stop asking Katie my questions, but then, you know, I warmed up and I gave him a chance, and like he's good people. He actually just celebrated his 40th birthday, so happy belated birthday to Kevin.
Oh, happy birthday, Kevin.
He is my Aquarius brother.
Yeah, I just saw Chuck and his wife are having their annual. They have a Halloween party every year, and every year it's themed something. And like when he left and went to Boston, like we were all like, I was like, I'm done. I'm never gonna trust anybody else. But then like he announced it when he was there, and we would travel up there. We would go up. I think we went twice, maybe 3 times. And when I saw the announcement last night, I'm like, Kyle, Chuck is having his party. We have to go. It's toy themed. We have to be toys. And
this was last year.
Last night.
Oh, like he's already has the theme for
for this year.
For this year? Oh wow,
so
early.
So no, they usually like theme out years in advance.
Okay.
But
they're serious.
They're serious. Like,
this
is like what they do. But last year obviously COVID, and then I think the only times they haven't had it is when like the Red Sox win like the World Series or something like that, because they're diehard like Boston fans. They're from Boston, so yeah. I saw that. I was like, oh, maybe we all have a reunion there.
I know.
Oh, I hope you get to go.
Have you ever done a costume with Kyle before? No. Or with anybody?
No, I wanted him to be a nacho chip this year, this past Halloween, because I was holy guacamole.
Got it.
I love avocados. You guys all know.
Yes, you are a super duper guac fan.
And this happened way before that whole hipster
before
shit
it was a trend.
with the avocado toast. Like,
God,
this was like you sliced aguacate with your ajo and gandule or whatever. God, I don't sound Puerto Rican when I talk Spanish.
No, you kind of do, because you said ajo, and I'm like, ooh, I haven't heard that in a long time.
I was just about to make fun of her.
We roll our R's. Y'all like the.
So wait a minute. What's the difference between Puerto Rican and Dominican?
That's it right there.
Y arroz.
Yeah.
And pegao.
And
they call
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they call the rice stuck at the bottom of the pot pegao. We call it con.
It's just a more fun word.
So yeah.
We never did. I think the only time me and him ever dressed up for Halloween, I don't think it was for Halloween. I think it was for your prison themed birthday.
My prison themed birthday, my 30th birthday. My 30th birthday. I was pregnant with Layla at the time.
It's like I always wanted to do that.
I was the warden. I was the prison guard, and everybody came as my prisoners, and Bernard went as the public defendant.
I'm like, we can figure out how to put pictures. Somebody has to see these pictures.
Yeah.
Put the picture.
I still have the pictures
of you looking like you're beating Melanie.
That was a great picture. That was a great picture. That was a great picture.
And the games that you had with like celebrity mugshots.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
that was so good.
That was a good party.
That was a good party.
I can't wait to start having parties again once this COVID shit is over. Like, I finally got my house, like, you know, into a nicer condition. I got the house painted, and the new furniture is gonna come in. I ordered couches in January, and they're not gonna be here till May, June. I'm pissed about that.
No, let's talk about. I ordered a washer dryer. I'm gonna tell you the date, November 29th.
Oh shit.
Oh my lord.
2020.
2020. They said, you know, due to everything, it won't get to you by January 2nd. Okay. Just think about what
today's
date
February
it is.
6th.
Maybe when this airs, I'll actually have my washer and dryer installed.
Let's hope.
I've had to. This doesn't come with a stacking unit. This doesn't have the proper hoses. this doesn't have the proper extension cord.
Oh boy.
The stacking unit was inside the dryer the entire time.
Oh my God.
But these guys do it for a living. How do you not know that it could be in the... I don't know. How many times do you buy a washer dryer in your lifetime? Maybe twice, 3 times most, depending on like your living situation.
Like you bought a house with the washer.
Yeah, it was here.
My washer and dryer's on the way out. I'm gonna have to order one very, very soon. So I'm glad you're telling me this.
Have a stacking unit. Depending where it's going. Ask them what you need to know. They've refunded me, I think, like $150 so far between all the stuff. So maybe by the time this airs, I'll have a washer dryer and washing my own clothes instead of going to Maria's house or Ashley's house or like washing and hang drying. Who hang dries anymore?
Hilda.
Oh,
she has a dryer.
She has a dryer.
She don't like it?
No.
She's like, that's too much electricity. My bill is gonna go up.
Right.
It's gonna go through the roof.
She's gonna go through the roof. She does not believe in dryers.
She still has the lines hanging in the basement. She hangs her clothes up on the line. No pins.
So crunchy.
That's what I'm like. So stiff.
So crunchy. I don't care how much Downy you put. Downy sponsor us.
We love you.
It doesn't matter how much. It's the dryer sheet in the dryer that makes a difference.
Yep.
In my opinion.
No, absolutely.
I don't like hang drying
an apartment that didn't have a washer and dryer. I would pay to go washer and dryer as opposed to using mom's free washer because I don't want to hang it up.
Yeah.
Then I gotta come back when they're dry. Yeah. Don't let it rain.
Yeah.
now it's humid. Now everything's still fucking wet 2 days later. Like
our next door neighbor hangs. So he's a postman, and he hangs like every Sunday because that's a day off.
Oh.
He hangs all his uniforms outside and his tidy white sheets.
Oh God, no!
In the backyard. So I was like, maybe I'll just borrow Joe's line.
As long as there's no, skid marks. Whatever. As long as there's no skid marks even after the wash.
I just never thought I'd see like a line hung up anymore.
Right.
I just assume everyone has a washer dryer.
Every now and then I'll drive down Wyoming Avenue and I'll see people hanging their stuff in their front, right in their front yard. I'm like, you live in a row home.
Right.
On Wyoming Avenue.
I just assume they're like from somebody's island and they just got here.
Yeah.
I just put them in a box.
Listen, when I see a bright ass colored house, I'm like, that's a Hibaro. You just came off the boat, my friend.
Remember that?
We don't do that here.
You're wearing all
Pepto-Bismol pink house on 7th Street. I want to know if it's still there, but I'm pretty sure they were fresh off the boat.
7th Street.
It was just all of a sudden. It's all you see are these dull white brown houses and boom, Pepto-Bismol pink right in the middle of the block.
Yep.
They were all fresh off the boat.
Ooh, mama, this drink making me a little light.
This one's a little stronger.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's gonna be a 3 hour.
No, I was like, I felt it at the bottom. I was a little kick to it.
I have no sugar left on my room. That might be a good thing though.
I'm gonna have to go out and do some shady shit because I feel like I'm running out of stories a little bit here.
You're gonna have to go out and do some shit.
Remember I used to want to go out and get arrested?
No, you used to want to go out and do a B&E.
A B&E?
What is the B&E?
Breaking and entering. It ain't bacon and eggs.
Sure.
Yeah. Breaking and entering.
Dane Cook that we saw do that.
Dane Cook, yeah.
Somebody put like the beaded curtain.
Yeah. Is that like just come by and steal random shit, like steal the batteries out the remote control, like what the fuck? I want a divorce. I want a divorce. If we can't figure this out, I want a divorce.
This be a complete nuisance.
A nuisance, yeah. It's just a complete nuisance. Like they came in, but what the fuck did they steal? What
you won't know until you go like put your earrings on and the backs are missing.
Oh,
turn the TV on and then there's no batteries in the remote.
Exactly.
Take all the lids off the Tupperware.
Yeah, I just wanted to have a story to tell. I always wanted to get arrested, but for something minor. Like,
wait, did you go to Wildwood with us? Yeah, you went to Wildwood.
Girl, I was there for that shit.
Someone got arrested.
Ooh, somebody definitely got arrested at Wildwood.
Somebody had sex in the shower, and we all listened.
Who was that? Oh my God, I forgot
and we were all
that
at the
part.
door listening.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And then we pretended to be drunk and walk on the boardwalk to like piss off all the guys or something.
And then they ended up coming back and telling us that what's his face that got arrested.
And we all sobered up.
Yeah. Real quick. We got real sober real fast.
Like, wait, what? Joke's on us.
Yeah, and
We
then
don't even know what he got arrested for.
I don't remember.
And how did we find the courthouse or?
I'm like, it's wild. That's probably one courthouse, one of everything.
That part is a blur.
I remember listening to freestyle music on the way down. Mm-hmm. You drove with us.
Yes, I was in the back of the car. Me and Liar Pants on Fire.
How are they not best friends right now?
I don't know, because they definitely
did the same shit.
They were.
Yeah, they were.
They had gone. You and I, we did our weekend thing and went out with the girls and stuff, and them two had gone out together one night.
And we thought it was a really good idea.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Nope.
And
they're
then
becoming friends.
Liar Pants on Fire he came back and told me that, like, he didn't tell me right away, but he told me, like, Richard was, he was trying to get me to talk to these girls and all this other stuff. I was like, what? Yeah, it was ugly. Yeah. And then
pretty much
he had accused Liar Pants on Fire of, like, touching her or something.
Oh. So we might have to change her name too.
Yeah.
I think she accused all of our guys of doing that. Now,
she's one of those people.
I know.
She's very flirty.
Yes, she is.
Right? Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that it makes it okay.
Right.
But that also doesn't mean that everybody wants to sleep with you.
Right. And she definitely thought everybody wanted to sleep with her.
People can harmlessly flirt back without crossing the line.
Right. So there's a part of us that's like, nah. But there's a part of us knowing now what we know. It's like, probably going to happen.
Right.
And it probably would have went a little further.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she had, I think she had told me a story, too, about Richard. Like.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know about that. Yeah, her and I didn't speak for a while after that, because I really didn't know, like, who to believe.
Right,
honestly.
like, that puts you in a fucked up position.
Really bad position.
You better be 100%
I knew her before you guys. Like, her and I went to middle school together. We knew each other from, like, 7th grade. We knew each other for a while. So, like, I used to ride my bike to her house and shit like that and hang out on her porch with her sisters and stuff like that. I even know her neighbors. But, in high school, I really got to know her because she hung out with a different group of people.
It's that summer between middle school and high school where people just change or become somebody.
For sure.
That's definitely a thing.
Yep, for sure.
I remember wearing, so our senior year, we were just like, we're seniors. Like,
we're the shit.
Fuck all you guys.
Right.
We're seniors. I remember class of 99. Ponytail, slick back ponytail, similar to what's happening now.
Anytime I do a slick back with a side part, I feel like high school.
You mean business.
Serious shit.
I think I had like a white tee, cut off shorts, and Tim's. When the fuck was that a look?
It was for a really long time. I was like, that's so cute.
Yes.
That's very much a look. Now I'm like, I don't know if I'll do that. I think that's the equivalent now of like wearing Tim's with shorts, and I'm like, I don't know.
I was good for that.
Not Tim's, Uggs.
Uggs.
Like, I don't know if I would do that now.
I probably wouldn't do Uggs, but you can't get me out my Timbs. It was years. I had a long time where I didn't wear my Timbs, and I started wearing them again last year, and you can barely get me out of them now. Like, I'm surprised I'm not wearing them today.
Uggs just because they're comfortable.
I still have my Uggs, but something about them Timbs, I don't know. It just makes me feel so street, so Philly, so North Philly,
them in
so
the winter.
You can't tell me nothing.
I wear them with purpose.
Yeah,
like,
I need to
I've had my Timbs for like 4 years.
Like Bernard always like, he's like, they're construction boots. So what if they get dirty? So what if they get creased? They're construction boots. Who cares? They're very expensive construction boots, and the minute you get a scuff on them, they're done.
They're no longer.
I give them to my mom. I give them to mom.
Yep.
It's like, you can have these because I can't wear them no more.
They got a scuff in the front. Take them away.
I can't do it.
Every year with my Boy Scout uniform, I will have a fresh pair of butters.
Oh yeah, fresh pair of butters. Fresh. And don't let them be the naked Johns. They better have that cushion in the back.
They have to have that brown part.
Yep. Better got that. You better have that cushion on the back part.
That? You just said that about Boy Scouts and Fresh Timbs. I'm thinking of that group. We were in high school and they used to wear like the red hoodies. Was it like youth? It wasn't youth works. Damn it!
City Year.
Oh, I'm like, yeah. I swear they must have been sponsored by Tim's because
they were.
They always, every single person always had a fresh pair of Tim's.
Is City Year still around? I haven't seen them.
Yes, they
are. They still around?
They used to work out at the or like do their warm-ups or whatever announcements in the courtyard of the Comcast headquarters. I used to see them up there all the time. I don't know where they are now.
I felt like they used to be everywhere, and then I don't see them anymore. So I just thought they weren't a thing. But if you are, hi
City.
With we fresh ass Tim. Can we get a Tim sponsor?
Right, like I'd like to hear what their experience is, because there's a lot of kids used to sign up for that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of trades and
the junior ROTC. Like you get a lot of people. You know, all of a sudden, a lot of people that signed up for that, but you never did.
Right. Yeah. Because wasn't that for people that like dropped out of high school?
I think if you need like help with your GED. I honestly don't know, because I remember them coming to our high school to talk about their program. So maybe they had like different stuff for people that graduated or didn't graduate.
Okay.
But no, I remember they had a lot of good programs. I was just mesmerized by everybody's fresh Tims. So I'm like, what is this about? Fresh Dickies, fresh Tims,
and a bright red. You know what I'm impressed by now? So when you do a Target drive-up order, some of the people have like drive-up order like goose. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what? Hold on.
Where is this merch
if I work here and just request to do drive up, can I get one of those?
Can I get one of those beautiful?
I haven't done a drive up yet, so I didn't even know.
Yeah, they got these like goose down.
You're done?
Do you want another one?
The sugar good.
It's just regular sugar.
You know why? Because I've been without sugar for about a week now. I'm on a diet.
The best sugar you ever had in your life.
I'm going to this place. I'm not going to say the weight loss center until you send Basic and Boujie a check.
Hunty.
But I'm taking like fat blockers and energy pills and all this stuff. So for the first 2 weeks, I can't have no bread, no pasta, no potatoes, no sugar.
No fun.
No fun, basically, for the first 2 weeks. Hey, look, I lost 5 pounds. So
you lost 5 pounds already? In how long?
In like a week.
Nice.
So
that's funny, because I texted Mel the other day. I think you posted a picture of food, and I was like,
was that your day 3? I think that was your day 3.
I was like, I'm almost done with my 3-day refresh. But I lost 5
the
pounds.
diner meeting, I'm like, so what are you gonna eat?
Yep. I lost 3 pounds 5 pounds in 3 days.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay.
I don't know what's gonna happen on this vacation, but I'm about to fuck up this whole diet.
Yeah, I told you.
You have to have
stuff away
there.
from the glass. Step away from the glass.
I would give you mine, but I'm sugar on mine.
It's so good.
That's what I said. I'll resume when we come back.
I'm just going to hit reset when I come back.
Puerto Rico and I have like rice every day.
Hello.
Yeah.
We about to go to PR. Like, I'm getting all my bistec, my arroz y habichuela.
I want to say that was the first time when we went to Puerto Rico. That was the first time Kyle had like mofongo and stuff. Mm-hmm. But he has dated Latinas before me. Mm-hmm. He definitely has a type.
Oh, is that his thing?
Oh, you like the butter Puerto Rican Kyle. Okay, boo. I
see you,
Kyle. But we went to some like random place that was open. This was after Hurricane Maria. Random place that was open, and they had I couldn't tell you where it is, what the name of it is, like how to get there, no idea, but it was so good. So good.
Can't wait. I miss that. That's one of the things I miss most about not living with mom is the cooking. Ooh, baby. Because mom puts her foot in that food, and everybody says it. Every time there's a function at work, mom's job is to make yellow rice. Yes. Always. Mom's thing is yellow rice, because by the time it's finished, there is not one grain left in the container.
So do you like the gongong?
I don't. No, my mom likes that. Oh God, I can't stand the crunchy rice.
Me and my uncle would like fight over it. She's like, y'all can have that shit, peasants.
Yes, fighting. That's what you give to the help once the food is done.
Somewhere in China, that is a delicacy.
They can have that shit.
Looked it up.
Nah, bro. My rice is not supposed to be crunchy, honey.
So good.
I can't do it.
Oh, I just learned how to make arroz con gandules last year.
No.
Did you?
Maria never taught me.
No.
Like, she just took care of everything. Like,
she just did,
I got it. You go, whatever you do.
See, my mom is a control freak in the kitchen, so I just don't think that she would have. She never actually like said, all right, come here, I'm gonna teach you how to do this.
They don't measure either.
Right. They don't. Right.
So like, they can't tell you a spoon, like a cup of this. Or
Bernard gifted my mom a blank cookbook for her to fill with all of her recipes. years ago.
Grandma was still alive.
Still blank.
Because she passed away in 2010.
Still blank because she's not going to say, oh, half a cup of this, 2 tablespoons of that. She's not going to do that. She just knows. Yeah.
Couple shakes. Kyle's mom, same, right? Like old school way of cooking. It's like 2 shakes of this.
Right.
She got 1 spoon. There's not a measuring spoon, nothing. It's just a metal spoon, and you 2 of these,
metal spoon.
2 of that, and that's it.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
That's literally how I learned.
I'm like, I'm never gonna learn. So I just whatever she learns, I learn from this one. So tell me how to do this.
He's like, how you
Should
make
I
this
just
again?
learn?
I Googled shit
barely
last
do
year.
make white rice. I am not the cook.
I could not.
I remember when Jamie got a rice cooker.
An actual rice cooker. Okay, that is blasphemy in the Latin community.
I think me and mom talked shit about you for a good at least an hour.
Oh, I'm sure you did. But
So could
my
you
mother-in-law, God rest her soul, she had gotten it for us because I just, for the life of me, I could not make white rice to save my life. And she bought it, and I'm like, I don't know how to use this thing. We never used no rice cooker. And I hated it.
We're not the world of crock pots, rice cookers, all that shit.
We don't
now,
do that.
this generation, yeah, but
No. I
mom uses the crock pot in the house. She's like, I know, I can't leave the house with this on. I'm
right?
Like,
oh my God.
That's the point.
Yeah.
For you to put something on, go
I
work
can't
and
do
come
it
back.
either.
She's like, I
can't do it either.
No. Once I got my crock pot and I did the while I'm at work thing and it was cooking and I came home and the aroma was all in the house.
So good.
Oh, I love my slow cooker after that. It's like this is
when
everything.
you gifted me that like 3-thing slow cooker.
Yeah.
That was like the best
those.
thing.
Yeah.
The best thing.
Yeah, I figured you'd get some good use out of that for like parties and stuff.
Oh yeah. But now, it's only when I'm home.
Yeah.
I can't leave it and like come back to it. I'm just the whole time I'm like, what if the house is burning down?
Did I leave this too close? What's going on over there?
And now ever since the TV show when the whole damn house burned down because the rice cooker.
Because of the freaking rice cooker, the crock pot.
I'm pretty sure
here it goes.
sales clients. Sorry if you haven't seen it. That was like
ago.
That was a while ago. You should have caught up by now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's your fault, not ours.
Yeah.
Pop culture. Get it together.
Right.
All right. But
I wonder if their stock went down after that.
that's what I was saying. I think crock-pot sales like dipped way down that year. I'm pretty sure.
After the episode, I was like, oh shit, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I definitely remember feeling
it
like
was
that.
a faulty crock-pot. It wasn't
the
new.
crock-pot people's fault.
It wasn't their fault.
It was the old couple that gave it to them.
Right. They had it for 100 years prior to gifting it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Yeah, I learned how to make arroz con gandules last year. Like so my brother-in-law, his girlfriend is Latina, and she was like something about rice, and I'm like, girl, I'm the only Puerto Rican on earth that does not know how to make rice. She was like, I'll teach you, and in my mind I'm like, oh, I gotta learn. Now I have a competing Latina.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, us new school people, we don't do that. We don't have time for that.
Oh yeah, if they didn't teach you as you were growing up. Like my mom just didn't teach us. She just made sure everything was available, right? Your parents just
I was always
sure.
up mom's ass, so I was always I absorbed her recipes through like osmosis. Because she never told me, but I always watched.
Ashley did the same thing. Like she can cook.
Yeah,
when she was cooking, but then she took culinary arts and Mads mom.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
You did? Mm-hmm. We were just talking like, what did Melanie take? And we're like, I don't. I want to say cosmetology, but that's very like it was specific.
Full those bitches. And they all got regular jobs now, bitches. I was supposed to be in cos, and it was like a waiting list or something. And I think the following year or maybe junior year, they actually got rid of it and replaced it with childcare development. I was like, ew, children. I guess culinary arts it is. Oh, I did business first for like a year.
You did business.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did it because you did it and because I couldn't get the cars. Also because they were the only rooms that had air conditioning. And they were on the 6th floor. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get into this so I can be in an air conditioned room. But that shit was so boring. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, if your head is not in the business world, it'll definitely be boring to you. I found everything fascinating.
Discs and I was like, ooh.
Floppy disks. Google that.
Yeah, Google that. I don't have time.
Google that.
Google that.
Laptops and computers don't even come equipped with the slot for a floppy
They barely
disk.
give you a
You don't
CD.
have a
You don't even
tower.
have CDs. Like, yeah.
Everything's in the thing.
Everything's already in there. It's on the hard drive.
I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. And I switched right out to I was like, well, I like to eat, so I guess that's gonna work.
Yeah. I did medical records. The only thing I remember is itis means inflammation.
That's all you need to know.
And I know gangrene because I like looked up the word. That's it. I don't know anything else.
Yeah,
oh
they
my God.
had to know.
I used to take like
that
shorthand class and stuff. I'm like, what is this garbage? Who even uses shorthand anymore?
Yeah.
Like,
But then there was, I remember middle
school.
school having computer class and then typewriting class, like right after one another, and like just learn how to type. And I could type. Remember when your resume had like 60 words per minute on it?
Oh my God, that was a big thing.
like
That's not even on my resume now. I'm.
They'd be like, you do what?
Yeah,
like,
nobody
who cares?
cares. Nobody cares about that
Can
anymore.
you at this point just assume that you can use a computer?
Yes.
And that's
Can you
it.
open a file?
Right.
Yeah.
You know how to turn it on? All right, we're in business.
We're good.
All right. I think that's it for me. What else do I have?
That's never it for you, Jenny.
No, I gotta spread it out. People.
So when they request you again,
yeah, when they request me again,
Those DMs start blowing up.
I have to have some more stories. Like you guys tell me what you want to hear from me. I don't know. What else can I tell you?
I feel like you'll probably get like a lot of marriage questions.
Marriage questions.
Like as much as I always say, I'm like, I don't want this to be a relationship thing. That's a hot topic. Do you watched Kevin Samuels? Have you or no?
I don't think so.
Have you? Do you know who he is?
no.
Right.
I think you sent me something. About
Yeah,
him.
I have to send you some more stuff. But he's right now causing a lot of uproar in relationships.
Wait, is that the bald black guy?
No, he's very, very handsome older black guy. He's like he's like perfect.
Okay,
Like,
no,
perfect
I think
image.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Like,
I just got
His
familiar with
latest
who
thing
he is
was
the
like
other
he
day.
rated Beyonce an 8, and the internet went fucking crazy because.
Lord.
But
Why did you have her an 8?
Just like overall looks, he's like take away the fame, take away the money, just look at her.
Right.
I'm like, okay. I mean, she's pretty. Do I think she's a 10? Maybe. We think she's a 10 because she's Beyonce.
Right.
But he's like, take away all that stuff, strip her down. She's an 8. I'm like, oh, I can't say that I'm a fan.
Listen, the Beehive will come for you.
Right. I
Don't
was
do
like,
that.
how dare you, sir?
Don't do
But
that.
he has this thing where he calls danger zone for women between 27 and 35. If you're not married, then you're in the danger zone.
What
And this
makes
weird fucking song comes up. But you just
I
have
feel like
to
that's
listen
from
to
Archer. Or have you seen Art?
No, I never watched that show.
He goes, danger zone.
Well, what makes it the danger zone? Excuse
Because
me.
between 27 and 35, if you're not already in a relationship, and it's like pretty much between 27 and 35 for single women. That's your danger zone because you should be either in a relationship or working towards being in a relationship. And if you're not, it's like, what are you doing?
Oh God, I hate that stupid ass standard. Who gives a shit?
I'm like,
If
but
you
a
find
man
your
could be
soulmate
45
at
years
40,
old.
right? If as a woman you find your soulmate at 40, then you fucking find it at 40. What is this timeline that we have set? Like, oh my God, I gotta be married by this age and I have a
tells
kid
us.
by this
Yeah.
age. Fuck society.
I just,
live your own
I just had this
way.
conversation with Al because yes, Al, I'm gonna talk about you. Anyways,
What up, boo?
hey boogie with the hoodie. I said something. He's like, don't you want to have kids? I'm like, maybe right now today, if I had to make a choice, the answer would be no. Maybe later on, yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I was like, maybe at 40. Johnny Jackson had a baby at 50. Leave me alone. He was like,
Right.
yo, that's nasty. 40 years old, you gonna be all old. Okay. Who cares? Like, who, like, at this, I'm 32. When I was 15, I thought 32 was old as dirt, gray hair, you're about to die. Like,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, I'm 32 and I still have the 15-year-old mentality. I'm not ready for no dick. Like, we got to get that number thing off of it.
Yeah,
that
like,
ageism.
I knew I felt very early on that I did not want to get married and I did not want to have kids. That is not how life worked out.
Right.
I was not on a timeline. I didn't have my first kid till I was 30. I got married when I was 25. I didn't have my second kid till I was 38. Like, I was in no rush for any of that. Do shit on your timeline.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about what your mama is saying, what your friends are saying, what society
Unless
is
they're
saying.
Hilda's like, don't get married, don't have kids, you have a life.
Yes, basically. Listen, by the time I
Man-hating
turn 30,
Hilda.
that's bitter. That's bitter.
That's the queen.
We'll have her on the next episode.
That's bitter.
We're gonna need like extra SD cards, extra everything.
She had basically, when I told her that I was pregnant, she basically told me, she was like, oh, I had given up hope. I didn't think I was going to be a grandmother. You know, because Latinos, like, you're supposed to have a baby, but the minute you turn 18, like, that's it.
Right. You 20 with no babies, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I was 21, 25, 28, and still no kids. And she was just like, oh, well, I guess I'm never going to be a grandmom. And then finally at 30, I got pregnant. And it was just, I just wasn't ready. That's not something that I wanted. It was not in my original plan. I honestly had kids because my husband wanted to have kids, not necessarily because I wanted them, but I don't regret it. I absolutely love my daughters. They are like the best part of my life. But if you don't have them, then you don't have them. Like, what is this judgment that we have?
Oh, I always wanted to have a family. I want to get married. Like, that was never me. Like, how people played house, I played, like, I remember me and Tiffany playing, like, make-believe games, and I was always, like, a boss. Like, we played CEO. I'm like, I made her my secretary, and I was always a boss of something. We didn't play house.
Right.
We played, like, you're my employee.
Yeah.
You work for me. I was not that girl. I wasn't dreaming about weddings.
Telling times.
Like, I wasn't dreaming about weddings or babies. I'm like, no, I need to make money because we need to travel the world.
Yeah.
That was it.
I never had those wedding dreams or none of that stuff, and what dress I was going to wear. I wasn't that girl.
They're just crazy because I do call myself like a hopeless romantic because I love love.
Yeah.
But I didn't plan my life around it. It's like, if it happens, cool. If not, I have another plan.
Yeah.
Yep. I was never someone who was like necessarily looking for love or that I had to have a boyfriend. Right. I love my alone time, and I said that the last time I was here.
Wendy Williams said she's her own best friend.
Being by myself. Yes, I was my own best friend. I don't need another person next to me. I don't need it. But if you're that person that's around me all the time, i.e. my husband, then you're a special type of person because I want you there. I want you there. Not that I need you. I want you to be here.
And that's a big difference.
Huge difference. Huge.
Yeah. Big. Huge. Yeah. Where's that from?
I want this. It's a TV show, a movie. It's a movie. Pretty Woman.
Nope. Okay. Yeah.
You were on commission, right? Yeah. Big mistake. Huge. I have to go shopping now.
That's what
it is. Yes, Pretty Woman.
I remember Ashley when she told us she was pregnant, and I was like, what?
Right.
What?
Oh my God.
Like, she wasn't the one that was supposed to have the kids, right? She's the second child. I'm older than her. I was going through like leaving Richard, and then so my mom was dealing with that, and then she says like she's pregnant, so we're dealing with that. Right. And then my mom had to sit down with us. Oh, she was like, "Mis hijas no me dicen nada."
It's like all of a sudden these two things happened, and she should have known.
Yeah, she's like, "You guys don't tell me anything." We're like, "Oh, we're telling you now."
Yeah,
we just didn't walk you through the process, but we're letting you know what the result.
Yeah, but it's like you don't have that plan, right? Some of us don't. Like, I thought that I was gonna get married and have kids and do all this. It didn't happen that way. Do I regret any of that? No. Like, I love my life right now. I love the freedom. I love the ability to do everything that I'm doing without that added like responsibility or worrying or whatever. Ashley has now a 5-year-old and a 1-month-old. Like, you would have thought that she was the one that was going to move away and travel the world and do all this stuff, and now she's like living that mom life, right? So, and I don't think she regrets it. Like, she loves this, ability to see Vince grow up, and now, this new one, Penelope, like,
so cute.
It's so cute. And they're so cute together. Vince loves her until she starts crying. But it's like what is it? You tell God your plans, and God laughs. Okay.
Yep.
Watch this.
Right. She's like, hold my drink.
That's what I could do. That was 2020. Hold my drink.
Hold my drink.
Still holding it. 2021.
I
don't want to babysit this anymore.
The ice has melted.
Yeah, but mom is good for that. You guys never tell me anything. No, we have our own lives. It's not something that,
and that's because
you
she
gotta rush
told
to tell. Yeah, she told her mother everything. We're just not built that way.
No, I just tell you.
Yeah,
we tell each other.
We tell each other, and eventually it'll get out to the rest of the world.
Then we got to make a plan. Yeah, how we gonna tell Hilda?
Right, like how we gonna tell Hilda, because you have to deal with her with kid gloves. You have to ease her into things. Like when I had
I think even when you told her you were pregnant the first time, wouldn't that go with you? Or was that 3 weeks? I feel like I was a part of that process.
She did a support system.
So me and mom, like, there was some argument that we had prior, and I kept calling her to tell her the news about me being pregnant.
She get real petty. She will ice you out.
Ice you out.
Don't
and
call her
ignore,
emergency
like,
or not.
Silent treatment. Yes. So she was giving me the silent treatment, and she was not answering her phone. So I had to literally leave it on her voicemail. Hey, you're going to be your grandmother. Like, you're not answering your phone, so here it is. I'm just going to put it on your voicemail. And then finally, she eventually called me. I ended up calling
her like, did you check your voicemail? Jamie's been calling you or whatever. She's like, what is it? I'm like, just check your voicemail.
Right. And then I think it was coming up on my baby shower also. And again, she was in her feelings about something. And still...
She was. I can't remember what it was.
I want to say it was her birthday because her and I had gotten into a big argument at Red Lobster.
Oh, God. It was definitely her birthday.
It was her birthday. It was in July, and my baby shower was coming up soon.
Baptized?
The whole baptizing conversation, because I said I was not going to baptize my kids. Which one is this? I don't even know. You know, because we don't practice the religion. So why be a hypocrite? Get my kids baptized. We're never going to go to church again after that.
Right.
We don't practice that religion. And it's like, oh my God, they're gonna go to what was it? They're gonna be Muslim or something. She went from not getting baptized to now my kids are gonna be wrapped in garb.
Real quick, and like, okay, and if that is the case, what's wrong with that, ma'am?
Like, what are you talking about right now? So we gave each other the side treatment all the way home.
I let them have that whole conversation on tape when I was like, hey, I'm not baptized.
She wasn't baptized.
Hello, so she gave her the business.
She was being a total hypocrite.
I didn't know where to go. I said, we live across the street from a church.
Oh, you do? You did.
So there was no excuse.
Wait, are you baptized?
Yeah, I'm baptized.
So I'm baptized.
I had my first Holy Communion at the church down the street.
They treat the second children like crap.
I was saying the same thing.
We are forgotten.
Because I was saying Ashley took like Vince's like 1 month, 2 month, right? Pictures. And yesterday Penelope turned 1, and I was like, I was waiting for a picture, but she put a picture out, but it wasn't staged thing. And I'm like, the second child just.
I get on about that all the time. I'm like, I'm the second child. Y'all treating Zola worse than me.
I try to be good about my second kid, Zola. Like I try to be good about that, but trying to keep up with the weekly progression photos was very hard. I
remember Bernard with the bunny.
Yes,
right?
With the bunny.
With the bunny.
Yes. So I was doing the same thing with Zola, and I was always like a day or two late posting or taking her photo. And I'm
all of a sudden she's a year old.
Yeah, and
it's like James is the first child. She has a baby album. I'm the second child. Yes. I got the first 5 pages of the family album. There's nothing special about the second child.
There is a very old yellow falling apart.
I think there's some funeral pictures behind my baby pictures in there. Like, that's how much nobody cares. And then people wonder why I'm extra. Well, I had to be because I got ignored for half my life. So when Zola comes out crazy, blame yourself.
Baby girl, I'm doing the best I can, I promise.
Also, Zola came into this world at a crazy fucking time.
Listen.
2020, you were working 2 full-time jobs.
It was 2019, working 2 jobs.
It was a lot.
I think she got about 5 months of, regular life, so-called regular life before the pandemic hit. Yeah, she was born August of 2019, and then we had the rest of 2019 and those first 2-3 months of 2020, and then the world went to shit.
Yeah.
No. So all she knows when she goes out, when we do take her out in public,
this is her norm.
Everybody has masks on. So the day that one day soon, that we finally walk out the door and don't need those masks, I don't know how she's gonna react. Like, oh my God, people have faces under these masks.
A lot of
people smile.
Kids are saying that. They're like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and Zola don't smile at strangers, and I doubt that she's gonna do it anytime soon when they smile at her, because she's like,
what's that mouth?
Yeah, she's like, a mouth. You have a mouth.
I feel violated.
Too much face.
Too much.
No, when I go into a store now, like, I want to take my mask off when I go inside. Like,
right, like, okay, I'm here.
Oh, yeah. I'm here. And
right.
I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Jamie.
I turned it
She don't know how to
off.
use the Android. That's how confusing it is.
I turned it off, I swear. It's my Ring doorbell going off. I'm sorry.
Tell people to stop showing up at your house.
Your package got delivered though.
Oh, thank you. Got family Amazon account. With your family. I read a post that reminded me of you the other day. I was like, I gotta go hard. My family counts on me to pay the Netflix bill.
Listen, okay. Everybody on my Netflix account right now.
I feel bad if I have to bump somebody off because I was telling Mel I can usually tell who's watching based on like what's happening, like what show they're watching, and I'm like, I'm trying to watch Bridgerton. I don't care if you're watching The Office, Hector.
I have had to kick people off in the past. Like, all right, I'm trying to watch The Office for the 375th time. I'm gonna need you to get off. Like, there's only be like 4 screens watching at one time. 5, yeah. And listen, I watch TV at work. I don't play about that
all day long.
All day long. That's my phone is on Netflix all day long.
What are you watching?
Everything. The Office. Mostly shows.
Is The Office still on?
Not unfortunately. As of December 31st, no. They took it off and they put it on Peacock.
Yeah, last year was what, Friends? They just chop shows off every year.
Yeah. So I rotate between The Office, Parks and Recreation.
I love this show.
Parks and Recreation. New Girl.
You like that show?
Oh, I love that show.
Every time I watch it, I'm like,
Oh, I love that show. New Girl.
Like, sometimes they have something.
And How I Met Your Mother.
Oh my God.
And a lot of those shows I watch because of this one.
Because like those are all the shows that he watches.
The Office, I would never like. I was like, The Office. Like I watched the episode 2 here and I'm like, no, I'm gonna really give it a shot. And I was addicted. Like I came in with a Dunder Mifflin sweatshirt on. I have the magnets on my Christmas refrigerator. Ornament. The Christmas ornament. The world's best boss coffee cup. Yeah, I'm a super duper die hard fan of The Office and The Walking Dead.
Do you remember watching when me and Veronica told you to watch Will and Grace?
Will and Grace, and I watched Dharma and Greg.
Completely different show.
Speaking of which, I'm currently watching season 2 of Will and Grace right now because I used to.
Such a good show.
Oh, I used to watch that show on repeat.
We used to fall asleep to that show.
Yes. I had several seasons on DVD until I finally stopped watching the DVDs. But yes, and it's so funny when you watch a show when you're younger and then later on, because I'm watching Will and Grace and I'm like,
inappropriate shows.
This show is racist as shit. They talked about black people and Latinos like shit on this show.
It was a different time when you could joke about shit.
Yeah, like it started making me feel uncomfortable. Like
especially Karen.
Oh yeah. God. During those last 2 or 3 seasons, I'm like,
it was like, if you're gonna be a Karen, be this Karen, and it was her with her like poof.
Yes. But yeah, I look at that show very differently. Like the last 2 or 3 seasons, I felt very uncomfortable watching it because the jokes were super racist.
All right.
I'm like, y'all getting a little.
Wait, the reintroduction to it?
The old ones.
Like the original.
The original's 98 version. The 1998 premiere of because I'm just
I've been thinking about watching it over again too. Now you're gonna really make me want to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I want to watch Friends again because people say so much like there's no way half of that stuff like there's so many different ways you can do that stuff. Like that wouldn't happen in today's society.
Today, so many of those episodes would not fly. Yeah. They would not fly.
The shows will never, ever be the same.
No.
Because
definitely not.
It's a sensitive time.
Very sensitive. Very, very. You gotta be careful what you say and who you say it about.
But also with like all the technology we have, like you would wouldn't happen at all. Would not happen. You wouldn't miss somebody's call.
Right.
You wouldn't be like
waiting by the phone.
Yeah. Everything's super different. Like people didn't have cell phones. I think I rewatched Sex and the City the other day. And there was no, I don't think anybody had a cell phone at the time. Carrie was like picking up a phone with the cord wrapped and shit, walking through her apartment, picked up the phone and walked to another part of the apartment. Like nobody does that anymore.
The only time I have something similar to that is when I talk to mom. Because my cordless phone is dying. Hold on. And then she takes her other cordless phone because she still has a house phone with the same number for the last 30 years.
Yes.
Anybody ever looking for me, they call that number.
Yes.
They know
every
where
time.
to find me.
If they are looking for me, somebody that I haven't seen in a while, and they know my mom, they know my home phone number, they call that number, and my mom will give them my number.
She's the operator to us.
She is the operator. Yep. She is the lifeline between us and people from our past.
Yep.
My parents got rid of their landline like 10 years ago, or a long time ago. And my mom was like, I would only bring it back if I could get my old number.
Your
I'm like,
old number
I'm pretty
back.
sure that's not gonna happen.
Like, call the number and see who got it and see if they're
Our
going to get a
ShopRite account is still with that old number.
Oh.
Like when I go,
shoot.
like I don't have my card, but I have a phone number, and I still know that number from growing up.
I don't think I have any rewards cards under my cell phone. I just use mom's phone number, house number for everything. I'm like, you gonna get a free turkey? Just bought a bunch of shit at Acme.
Use this number.
Oh, thanks.
Oh my god. Yeah, that number will never change. That'll be the same number
I feel like
forever.
Whenever we have to move on with that phone number, somebody gotta inherit it. Like nobody else can have that phone number.
No, you can't have that phone
You
number.
gotta give it to some.
Like,
you gotta give it to Lola.
Yeah,
Lola.
Zola.
Lola.
Give it to Layla, give it to Zola, one of them.
Give it to both of them.
Give it to
Right.
both of them.
This is your phone number.
This is a strong daiquiri talking.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we're done now.
Yeah, ladies, this was fun.
Thanks for
We
coming
talked about
back
so
and giving the
much.
people what they want.
Yeah, no problem.
And your audience.
Come back anytime, of course. And I just wanna I wanna highlight my shirt. I just really like my shirt.
Yeah.
My John from the 215. I got it off Etsy. Sorry.
Do it one more time.
Sorry, John from the 215. I got it from Etsy. I cannot remember the name of the person, but when I get the information, I'll have them post her below in the description or whatever. But
And then when we have merch
I love this shirt.
coming soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Make sure y'all get that basic and bougie merch because it's gonna be super cute. They gonna make me pay for mine, I'm sure.
If you want to support your friends, pay full price.
Yes, please
Thank you.
stop asking for family discounts.
Right.
Don't do that.
There is none.
Don't do that. Because somebody did hit me up on Facebook asking me how much I charge for my notary services, and
That's
when I
that
gave
how
them
much
the
you
price.
charging me
Yeah.
question. I'm charging you the same price I charge everybody else.
When I gave them the price, all of a sudden it was crickets. So,
And they probably paid that price for a stranger because like that's what I don't understand about the business. If your friend don't give you a discount, all right, cool. Now I'm gonna pay full price for a stranger. Why can't you just support your friend?
Right.
no, you gonna pay me my worth. Sorry.
This is actual cost. Not
Right.
like I didn't make
It's
this
not my
up.
hobby. Like somebody
I
else
didn't make this up. This is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, well, how much you gonna charge me? Same as everybody
Same.
Everybody else.
Just look above.
else. Right.
Yeah.
Look
Price
at my
don't
previous
change.
text.
Check my price list, sir. My price list.
Well, thank you, Jamie.
Yes,
you.
anytime. You know, just call me. Y'all gonna do other podcasts, and I'm just gonna be sitting in the background somewhere. I'm just gonna be off camera.
Whenever you want to
That's
hide from
fine.
your family, you always come here.
Listen,
The sanctuary.
all the time. I love them, but
Everybody needs a break.
Everybody.
Everybody needs a break.
yes.
I was saying that earlier. One of my coworkers was venting about being a mom, and I was telling somebody else, I'm like, moms always complain about their children, and they're like, oh, but I love them so much. We know y'all love them. Y'all can say those little assholes get on
Stop
my nerves.
prefacing,
without
I love
saying,
them so much.
We know,
that.
but
Yeah.
they're annoying small children.
Yeah,
Like, it's
they are
fine.
my broke best friends.
Right.
You know, Layla sees me swipe my, put in my debit card,
Like
and
a
it's like,
Lord,
oh,
you got
my.
money.
It's like, mommy, how you get money from the card? When I put it in the ATM machine and I get cash out, she thinks that this money is coming out of the sky.
I'm
Just
sorry.
put a passcode in.
The ATM machine. We don't say that.
The Mac.
Thank you.
Tap Mac.
Sorry,
Tap
we got a
Mac.
tap
Thank you.
Mac in Philly. We don't use the ATM machine.
When I was
at
working in
Mac.
Atlanta, I was like, is there a Mac around here? And they was like, you want a Big Mac? I'm like, no, a Mac machine. And they were like, what is that? Like, Mac
Money
Cosmetics?
Automated
Money
center.
automated sensor. ATM was an automatic teller machine.
And like, I forgot you from Philly. You
Yeah.
from Philly.
Yeah.
That's how they say it. Like, I'm fitting to go to Philly.
I had to really sit down and explain to her how that money comes out. I'm like, no, they're not just giving me money. This is money.
I work.
This is my money
The money
in a
goes
bank
in,
account.
and then
Yes.
I take the money out.
And I'm taking the money out. Yeah.
No, the best. All right, we're gonna finish with this story. How you explain pollination to Layla with the bees? About the welfare bee and the worker bee. Do you remember that conversation?
No.
There's a
what is
welfare
that?
bee?
A welfare bee? What?
Jamie, I wish you
We were,
remember.
I wish you remember this story. We were in mom's house and there were bees circling her sunflowers.
Okay.
And Layla was asking, like, Mommy, why are the bees doing what they were doing, and you started explaining to her like, oh well, these are the worker bees, they do this and this and this, and she's like, well, why aren't these bees doing anything? And you're like, oh, those are the welfare bees. Those bees just sit and wait for the worker bees to do their job, but they also reap the same benefit. I thought that was, I have to find it because I'm pretty sure I wrote that story out and put it on Facebook because I thought it was the funniest fucking thing. And I was like, so now they got welfare bees and worker bees.
They're the class system.
All she wanted to know was why the bees were circling the sunflower. And they got broken down into socio-economic system of bees. I have to find it. I'm going to do a deep dive. I definitely wrote that out.
I do not remember that conversation in the least. Yeah, I'm a different kind of parent.
Wait. I still don't know how the birds and bees work. So technically, Maria never taught me or talked to me about
Latinas just don't talk about that.
No. It just happened.
No, we don't have those conversations.
But I wish you would have told me about the
welfare bee and the worker bee.
That makes more sense.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all.
Oh my God, she probably was like 4. She was like 4 or 5 years old. Like, she's not gonna remember that shit.
She's so damn inquisitive and asked her so many questions. I didn't know the answers, so I just made shit up.
Yeah, that's why you don't remember, because it just came up.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Layla.
And those bees.
There are no such thing as welfare bees. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh God.
All right, until next time.
Until next time.
You'll be back.
Bye, guys.
Bye. It's been fun.